Good afternoon, students. In the previous class, we have completed alkenes topic fully. Okay, I think you understood every concept. Same thing, while alkenes are undergoing reaction with HBr, reaction with H2SO4, reaction with water, like this everywhere, we are following one rule. That is, negative part of the addendum is added to the doubly bonded carbon, which contains less number of hydrogens, which was given by Marconi-Koff, that is Marconi-Koff's rule. Okay, same thing we can apply in even chemical properties of alkanes also. Before going to that one, let us start our alkanes topic and go through preparations. After preparations, chemical properties. Finally, we will go through physical properties also. Okay, let us start with our next concept, that is alkynes. Introduction part contained by UPSC nomenclature. After that, isomerism, all these things they give. These are very known to us. Let us see roughly. After that, we will go to preparations. They give names here, tabular column. Structure they give pent-1-ine, pent-2-ine. If triple bond is present with 5 carbons on second position, that is pent-2-ine. On third carbon, methyl group and first carbon triple bond with 4 carbons in pairing chain, that is 3-methyl but-1-ine. Like that they give some introduction part. And what is the general formula? CnH2n minus 2. What is the general formula of alkanes? CnH2n plus 2. Alkenes CnH2n. Those are already known to us. After that, they gave IUPAC nomenclature. And problem 13.13, they gave the structures and we need to write structures of different isomers corresponding to the fifth member of alkyne series. Fifth member of alkyne series, that is C5H8. With this molecular formula, what are the possible structures? CH3, CH2, CH2, CH, C triple bond, CH. This is one possible. Next, writing one CH3 here. Suppose CH3, CH, CH3, C triple bond, CH. Another structure. Like that, what are the possible structures with this molecular formula? C5H8. That one we want to write. Once try that one on your own. Problem number 13.13. After the structure of triple bond. Okay, they give explanation for ethane formation. That ethane structure I explained in the initial stages of basic concepts of organic chemistry. If you have remembered, once open that one and read, you will understand easily. It is a linear structure. Carbon in that it will undergo sp hybridization. Okay, that sp hybridized carbon and sp hybridized orbital of second carbon will undergo sigma bond. Remaining two are unhybridized p orbitals will be undergone 2 pi bonds. Other hybridized orbital will undergo sigma bond with hydrogen, same like that. It will be formed as CH triple bond CH. We have seen the structure of ethane also in previous topics itself. Once open that one and you will understand. Okay, now they have given little bit about carbon-carbon strengths. Thus, ethane molecule consists of 1 Cc sigma bond, 2 CH sigma bonds and 2 Cc pi bonds. Okay, next. The strength of C triple bond C bond is 823 kilojoules per mole, meaning 823 kilojoules per mole of energy is required to break 3 bonds present between carbon and carbon. 823 kilojoules per mole amount of energy is required to break 3 bonds present between carbon and carbon. Is more than those of C double bond C bond energy. C double bond C requires 681 kilojoules per mole, because clearly it is visible that triple bond is more strengthened when compared to double bond. It requires more amount of energy to be broken when compared to double bond. Double bond requires 681. Single bond requires 348 kilojoules per mole only. 348 kilojoules per mole. The C triple bond C bond length is shorter, 120 pm picometers. It is very nearer. Why? Triple bond is present. Between carbon and carbon attraction is more. When attraction is more, they will come closer. That means bond length is less. Length between the carbon atoms will be decreased. When number of bonds are increased between carbon and carbon, bond length decreases. Bond is nothing but attraction only. If attraction is increased, the carbons will be coming closer. Because of that, length between the carbons decreased. C double bond C bond length is 133 picometers and C single bond C bond length is 154 picometers. Electron cloud between two carbon atoms is cylindrically symmetrical about the internuclear axis. Thus, ethane is a linear molecule. Everything, this one, we have explained the structures in the earlier classes itself, as well as we have seen so many IUPAC names. Examples we have seen. Isomerism structures also, once try that one. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, ma? This is introduction part regarding alkynes. This is the introduction part regarding alkynes. Now, immediately we have to start preparations of alkynes. Okay, we will go through that one. And the preparations, first one, from calcium carbide. Calcium carbide formula is CaC2. Calcium carbide formula is CaC2. Structure is C triple bond C, Ca, minus 1 on carbon carbon. This is plus 2. Carbon simple anion. Any simple anion will be ended with ide, fluoride, F minus. Just observe all of you. F minus, fluoride. Next, Br minus, bromide, Cl minus, chloride, O minus 2, oxide, S minus 2, sulfide, P minus 4, phosphide, N minus 3, nitride, P minus 3, phosphide, N minus 3, nitride, C2 minus 2, carbide. What is the metal? Calcium. So the name of this compound is calcium carbide. Only one negative charge, ma. Carbon will not be involved in ionic bond. Carbon will not be involved in all 4 ionic bonds, but it can be involved in 3 covalent bonds and 1 ionic bond. 3 covalent bonds, 1 ionic bond. This is ionic bond, minus 1. Ca plus 2. Ca will lose 1 electron to this carbon, 1 electron to this carbon. In this way, ionic bond is present between calcium and carbon. But all the 4 ionic bonds, it is not at all possible with carbon. That one we have seen already. Maximum it will be involved in covalent bonds only. Very rarely like this, ionic bonds will be formed. It cannot be formed with 4 ionic bonds, but it can be formed with 1 ionic bond and 3 covalent bonds. That is happened in this one. This is the structure of calcium carbide. Now, how calcium carbide is formed? Let us start with first step. First step is calcium carbonate. Is heated to form CaO plus CO2, which is called calcium oxide. This calcium oxide will undergo reaction with charcoal. 1 carbon and 1 oxygen will be gone out as CO, remaining two carbons will be formed as CaC2 plus CO. This is calcium carbide. From this calcium carbide we have to prepare ethyne. We are going to see that preparation. Till now we didn't start the preparation of ethyne. We have gone through how calcium carbide is prepared. Calcium carbide is prepared by decomposition of CaCO3. This is called limestone. Other name is limestone. No? Calcium oxide is called quicklime. Calcium oxide is called quicklime. So when quicklime is reacted with charcoal, we will get calcium carbide plus carbon monoxide. When quicklime is reacted with charcoal, we will get calcium carbide plus carbon monoxide. Okay. Now this calcium carbide is going to react with water to form our required product, that is ethyne. Let us see how we are going to write the equation. Before that, note down this preparation of calcium carbide. Calcium carbide is prepared by the reaction of quicklime with charcoal. How quicklime is prepared? Quicklime is prepared by the decomposition of limestone. Quicklime is prepared by the decomposition of limestone. Okay, let us see how ethyne will be formed. This calcium carbide reacts with water. CaC2 plus 2H2O gives rise to C2H2 plus CaOH twice. Ethyne plus calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide name is Slakelline. SLAKED, Slakelline. Now, this is the reaction. In a understanding way, I am going to show the C minus and H plus, and this is H plus, will be formed as CH triple bond CH, which is ethyne. This is OH minus and this is OH minus. These two OH minus and Ca plus 2 will be combined to form CaOH twice. Calcium hydroxide. That calcium hydroxide is called as Slakelline. And this is ethyne. Calcium carbide reacts with water. Calcium carbide reacts with water to form ethyne plus calcium hydroxide, that is Slakelline. Okay. Here one general thing is there, that is generally any mango or any fruit, if you leave to tree itself, it should be ripened. With the tree itself, it will be ripened now. After that only we have to cut that fruit and we have to eat. But market, they want to sell that fruit fastly. Correct or not? And as well as production must be high. For that what they are doing, without ripening of fruit to the tree, they are going to cut that fruit and they are going to artificially ripen the fruit by using carbide. Carbide is like white powder. It will be mixed with water and it will be spread on that. It will be sprinkled on the total fruit and it will be kept close. Then calcium carbide, that is calcium carbide white powder mixed with water, will release which gas? Ethane gas. This is the gas which is useful for artificial ripening of fruits. artificial ripening of fruits will be done by ethane gas. This is generated by reaction of the calcium carbide with water. So that process is called artificial ripening of fruits. That process is called artificial ripening of fruits. Naturally, to the tree itself, that fruit must be ripened. But to get that fruit fastly sold, and they have to get more amount of fruits, okay, they are going to cut that fruits without getting ripened. Artificially they are going to ripen within 1 or 2 days. Then that is happened by the reaction with calcium carbide with water to produce the gas ethane. This is going to artificial ripen the fruits. Okay, the calcium carbide is in white powder, reacts with water, and they will sprinkle them on fruits. So it is responsible for the artificial ripening of fruits. That is the thing. That is chemical mark. Natural ripened fruit only, it is better for us for healthy purpose. Okay, this is about first preparation. Preparation of ethane from calcium carbide. Calcium carbide formula CaC2. Structure is this one. It is going to react with water to form ethane plus slate lime. I hope you understood this one. We will go for second preparation. By that, preparations of alkynes will be completed. Okay, let us see that one more. From vicinal dihalides. What is the vicinal dihalide? If two halogens are present on adjacent carbon atoms. If two halogens are present on adjacent carbon atoms, that is called vicinal dihalide. Same thing we have seen in preparation of alkenes also. Now let us see one example. CH3CBr, CHBr, single bond, CH2Br. Vicinal dihalide 1,2 dibromopropane. It is going to react with alcoholic KOH. In the first step, it is going to react with alcoholic KOH. Hydrogen from one carbon and bromine from another carbon will be removed as HBr, dehydrohalogenation, to form double bond here. Hydrogen from one carbon and bromine from another carbon. In first step, they are going to be removed, okay, to form CH3CBr double bond CH2. This Br is last and this hydrogen is last, and we got double bond here. Is it okay, ma? Now this can be written as H here. This is going to react with NaNH2. Na plus NH2 minus. This hydrogen is going to react with NH2 minus to form NH3. This Na plus is going to react with Br minus to form NaBr, and we will get triple bond here between carbon and hydrogen from one carbon, Br from another carbon we are going to remove, then we are going to get triple bond to form CH3C triple bond CH. It is propyne. Name of this compound is 2-bromopropene. 2-bromopropene. This 2-bromopropene will react with NaNH2, in which hydrogen from first carbon is going to react with NH2 minus to form NH3 plus NH3 plus NaBr. These are the byproducts. Ammonia plus sodium bromide. NH2 minus and H will be reacted to form NH3. Na plus and Br minus will be reacted to form NaBr, and this bond is shifted as triple bond. We will get propine. Okay, one more time. Vicinal dihalide. What is the name of this compound? 1,2 dibromopropane. Vicinal dihalide. What is the name? 1,2 dibromopropane. This 1,2 dibromopropane reacts with alcoholic KOH. When it is reacted with alcoholic KOH, hydrogen from one carbon and bromine from another carbon. Same way, this hydrogen and this bromine will be removed in second step. Hydrogen from one carbon and bromine from another carbon will be removed. This is dehydrohalogenation to form CH3CBr double bond CH2. Okay, this is alkene in which it will undergo reaction with NaNH2, name 2-bromopropene. It will react with NaNH2 in which ammonia gas is removed as well as NaBr is removed to form CH3C triple bond CH, propine. Alkyne is formed finally. These are the two preparations of alkynes. What is the first preparation? First preparation from calcium carbide. Calcium carbide reacts with water to get alkyne. Second preparation from vicinal dihalides. Vicinal dihalide reacts with alkali KOH to form dehydrohalogenation will be taken place to form this product 2-bromopropene. This 2-bromopropene will undergo reaction with NaNH2 to form again dehydrohalogenation will be taken place. H and Br will be removed to form propine. Okay, these are the preparations of alkynes. Two preparations we have. These two are preparations of alkynes. Next we have to go through chemical properties. Okay, let us start that chemical properties now. Observe the class carefully, all of you. Under chemical properties, first one, acidic nature of alkynes. Under chemical properties, first one, acidic nature of alkynes. This property we didn't discuss in alkanes and alkenes because alkanes and alkenes cannot liberate hydrogen easily. Okay, before that one, what is meant by acid? The substance when it is added to water, if it gives out H plus ion, then it is called acid. First one. The substance which will donate H plus ion when it is added to water is called acid. Or the substance when it is reacted with metal, if it liberates hydrogen gas, that is also called acid. Or the substance when it reacts with carbonates or bicarbonates, it liberates carbon dioxide gas, that is also one of the properties of acids. Okay, I hope in 10th class you have acids, bases and salts one concept. In that, acids will turn blue litmus to red. Next, acids contain sour taste. Acid reacts with base to form salt plus water. Acid reacts with metal to liberate hydrogen gas. Acid reacts with sodium carbonate or sodium bicarbonate or carbonates or bicarbonates to release carbon dioxide gas. Like that, we have some properties of acids. Is it okay, ma'am? Under that, we are going to study acidic nature of alkynes. For understanding this one, let us consider one example. Ethine, CH triple bond CH reacts with sodium. CH triple bond CH reacts with sodium to form CH triple bond C Na. CH triple bond C minus Na plus half H2 plus half H2. Next, again this one CH triple bond C minus Na plus is going to react with Na to form C minus Na plus. Second hydrogen is also going to be substituted by Na. C minus Na plus triple bond C minus Na plus half H2. Like this two reactions, stepwise I have shown now. First, Na is going to displace this hydrogen. Second, Na is going to displace second hydrogen also. But combinedly we can write one reaction by joining these two reactions, by adding these two reactions. Then, while we are adding CH triple bond CNA, CH triple bond CNA, this is on left hand side, this is on right hand side. Both will be cancelled. Same mathematics formula. Because same reactant is undergoing now here. So we can cancel those two. Then CH triple bond CH plus how many Na particles? 2 Na atoms. 2 Na, 2 moles of Na to form Na plus C minus triple bond C minus Na plus half H2 plus half H2 will be combined as H2 gas. So 2 sodiums are going to replace 2 hydrogen. These two are combined to form hydrogen gas. Actually here half, it is not meaning of half molecule. Half molecule will not be existed. Half mole of H2. These are all completely moles now. That's why there it is half mole of H2. And this is the complete reaction. Sodium is going to displace hydrogen. Now the reaction is, names of these products are sodium ethynide, sodium ethynide, disodium ethynide, ethane, CH triple bond CH. Hydrogen is removed. We got C minus. C minus means carbon. Actually, C minus means ended with ide. This is ethynide. C2 minus 2 is called carbide. Okay. This is also called sodium ethynide or carbide. No problem. I hope you understood everyone. Sodium is going to displace one hydrogen. We got half mole of hydrogen. Sodium is going to displace another mole of hydrogen also. We got this another half mole of hydrogen. Complete reaction. 2 sodium atoms will be required. 2 moles of sodium. 2 moles of sodium will displace 2 moles of hydrogen atoms. Those 2 moles of hydrogen atoms are combined to form 1 mole of hydrogen gas. 2 moles of hydrogen atoms are combined to form 1 mole of hydrogen gas. In this way, the substance which is going to react with, if that substance is going to react with metal, that is going to liberate hydrogen gas, then that substance is called acid. Acid reacts with metal to form hydrogen gas. That is one of the characteristic properties of acid. That's why we are going to discuss this acidic nature of alkynes. Acidic nature of alkynes means that carbon can donate the hydrogen present in alkyne easily because it will undergo sp hybridization. sp hybridized carbon is more acidic than sp2 hybridized carbon. sp2 hybridized carbon is more acidic than sp3 hybridized carbon. Is it okay, ma? Because of this, we can explain the acidic nature of alkynes. Out of alkynes, alkenes and alkanes, we have more acidic nature for alkynes only. Because here C triple bond C, carbon is undergoing sp hybridization. Now I will write that order also. Before that, note down this carefully, all of you. First, sodium is going to displace this hydrogen. It will come out as half H2. Again, next one also, it is going to displace second hydrogen also. It will be removed as half H2. Complete reaction, CH triple bond CH. The substance, when it is reacted with metal, if it liberates hydrogen gas, then that substance is called acid. If that substance reacts with carbonate or bicarbonate, if it liberates carbon dioxide, that substance is called acid. This is also one of the properties of acid. The substance which is added to water, if that is able to donate H plus ions, that is also called acid. These are all characteristics of acids. In 10th class, this chapter was completed. It is useful now to explain this. Okay. Alkynes are more acidic than alkenes. Let us see. That order I will write now. See. Note down these reactions carefully, all of you. Next. CH triple bond CH, order of acidic strength order. CH triple bond CH is greater than CH2 double bond CH2 is greater than CH3 single bond CH3. Here sp hybridized carbon is more acidic than sp hybridized carbon is more acidic than sp2 hybridized carbon is more acidic than sp3 hybridized carbon. sp hybridized carbon is more acidic than sp2 hybridized carbon. sp2 hybridized carbon is more acidic than sp3 hybridized carbon. Least acidic character is contained by carbon which undergoes sp3 hybridization. Highest acidic character is contained by carbon which undergoes sp. That's why in alkanes and alkenes we didn't see the property acidic character. In alkanes only we will come to know, because alkanes are only able to donate that H plus ions when they are reacted with metal. Okay, ma? Now we will go to next chemical property. I hope everyone you understood this concept, acidic nature of alkynes. That hydrogen present on that carbon can be donated easily when it reacts with sodium. If it is able to liberate hydrogen gas when that substance is reacted with sodium or any other metal, magnesium or aluminum also, that substance is acting like an acid. That is the thing, characteristic property of acid. Okay, next. Second chemical property. Addition of halogen. Example Br2. Addition of halogen. Example Br2. Let us see. CH triple bond CH reacts with Br2 to form CH Br double bond CH Br. Again it will undergo reaction with Br2 to form CH Br single bond CH Br. Till the complete pi bonds are broken, it will undergo reaction. First, this one is ethyne. Name of this compound is 1,2 dibromo ethene. 1,2 dibromo ethene. This one 1,1 2,2 tetrabromoethane. 1,1 2,2 tetrabromoethane. Ethane converted to 1,2 dibromoethane. 1,2 dibromoethane is converted to 1,1 2,2 tetrabromoethane. Okay, this is second chemical property, addition of halogen. Simply one pi bond is broken, one Br is added to one carbon, another Br is added to another carbon. Like that 2 times it will be happened because 2 pi bonds are present. In alkenes only 1 pi bond, so one step only taken place. But here 2 pi bonds are present, so 2 steps will be taken place. Next, third one. Addition of hydrogen halide. Example HBr. CH3C triple bond CH reacts with HBr. Marconi capsule is followed. Br is added to the carbon. Negative part is added to the carbon. Now triple bonded carbon now first, which contains less number of hydrogens. Here no hydrogen, here one hydrogen is there. So first step, CH3C Br double bond CH2. This one is alkene. Again one more HBr is going to be added. Same method, Marconi capsule only. Carbon which contains less number of hydrogen, it is bonded with Br, negative part. Then it is formed as CH3C. One more Br is added to form 2,2 dibromo propane. This is 2-bromo propene. 2-bromo propene. Like this, every time 2 steps will be taking place in case of this alkanes reaction. Okay, third chemical property is completed. Next we will go for fourth chemical property. Before that, note down the reactions carefully, all of you. Next, fourth one. Addition of hydrogenation. Simple. CH3C triple bond CH will undergo reaction with H2 to form one hydrogen is added to this carbon, one hydrogen is added to this carbon. CH3CH double bond CH2. Again this will undergo reaction with H2 in presence of platinum palladium nickel catalyst. You will get CH3 CH2 CH3 propane. Finally you will get alkanes. This is propene. This is propyne. This is about addition of hydrogen. Okay, and finally one more chemical property is there. By that alkynes topic is going to be completed. Let us see that fifth one. Addition of water. CH3C triple bond CH reacts with water in presence of H plus. Water contains H plus and OH minus ions. Marconi capsule is followed. OH minus will come to the carbon which contains less number of hydrogens. This carbon contains no hydrogen, this carbon has one hydrogen, to be formed as CH3C OH double bond CH2. Hydrogen is bonded to this carbon, OH is bonded to this carbon. This one will undergo tautomerization. In isomerism concept, we have seen under structural isomerism, final structural isomerism, that is tautomerism. Under the tautomerism, what is going to be happen? This bond, double bond will be, 1 minute. This double bond is shifted towards carbon, will be getting minus and C is getting plus. This C minus will attack this H plus. At that time, this is shifted as double bond. CH3C double bond CH2 single bond OH. This transformation, one more time I will show to you. This transformation I will write separately. Just note down this reaction. This alkyne is converted to ketone. Note down this reaction. This conversion alone I will say separately. Okay. First note down this reaction all of you. This is tautomerization. Now coming to the explanation of this one. CH3C OH double bond CH2. Between O and H, the bond is shifted towards O to form O minus and H plus. CH3C O minus, the bond is cleaved, so H plus double bond CH2. Then what is going to happen? This minus is going to become double bond between carbon and oxygen. At that time, this is shifted as negative charge onto this carbon. Then next step, CH3C double bond O, CH2 minus and H plus. This CH2 minus, C minus is there now, it will come and attack this H plus to be formed as CH3C double bond O CH3. This is the transformation. In clearly 4 steps I have written. First, this is shifted as O minus, H plus is formed here. This negative charge is moving from atom to bond. That movement is called atom to bond. This movement is called bond to atom. I told when this is shifted onto carbon, carbon is getting negative charge. This is going to neutralize this carbon positive charge when this is going to be formed as negative charge. This double bond is going to neutralize. Every time carbon must be formed with 4 bonds. Okay. C double bond O, double single bond, single bond. This CH2 minus is going to attack this H plus to form ketone. Okay. This is addition of water. Addition of water to alkynes to form aldehydes or ketones. Addition of water to alkynes will form aldehydes or ketones. Okay. This is 5th property for alkynes. First one, acidic nature of alkynes. Second one, addition of halogen. Third one, addition of hydrogen halide. Fourth one, addition of hydrogen H2. Fifth one, addition of water. By these 5 chemical properties of alkynes are completed. Now we have to see physical properties. That physical properties are nothing, simply only we will see them by reading in the textbook. Physical properties of alkanes follow the same trend of alkenes and alkanes. First 3 members are gases, next 8 are liquids and the higher ones are solids. Same thing. All alkanes are colorless. Ethane has characteristic odor. Other members are odorless. Odorless means smellless. Alkanes are weakly polar in nature. They are lighter than water and immiscible with water. immiscible with water. They are not soluble in water now, but soluble in organic solvents. Organic solvents are non-polar in nature, so these are all highly soluble in organic solvents like ethers, carbon tetrachloride and benzene. Their melting point, boiling point and density increase with increase in molecular mass. That means when number of carbon atoms are increased, automatically their melting and boiling points also increase. These are the physical properties they give for alkanes. I forgot one chemical property, that is polymerization. Under polymerization, linear polymerization and cyclic polymerization two are there. Those two I will complete in next class, and I will go to aromatic hydrocarbons in next class now. In today's class, we have completed major part of alkynes. Preparations we have seen only two preparations are there. Under properties, totally 6 are there. I completed 5. We are remained with one more, that is polymerization, which we have studied in alkenes, like that polymerization reaction. That polymerization, under that linear polymerization and cyclic polymerization both are there. That one clearly I will explain. After that I will go to final part of hydrocarbons, aromatic hydrocarbons. Okay. So by next class we are going to complete this alkanes, alkenes and alkynes completely, and I am going to start aromatic hydrocarbons also. Okay, ma'am. That is about today's class. I hope everyone understood this conversion also, this transformation also everyone you understood, I think. Addition reactions, everything they are following Marconi capsule only, so no confusion at all. Okay, ma'am. That is about today's class. Okay. Thank you all. Have a nice day.